XDefiant Season 1 is coming up this week, and with it, we're going to be getting a bunch of content along the way over the course of the next 90 days. Of that, perhaps the most important part, functionally speaking, is that of the new weapons coming to XDefiant. And today, I want to break those down for you a bit and let you know the weaponry and the new skins coming to look out for in Season 1. So, drop your thoughts as we go along, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you're part of the nearly 75% of viewers not subscribed, and you'd like to stay on top of all things XDefiant as we gear up for the launch of Season 1 here, hit that subscribe button to join the community. I'd love to have you. For now, though, let's get into it. So let's start out, of course, with the weapons themselves. We have three new weapons: the LVOA-C, the L115, and the sawed-off shotgun. The LVOA-C, this one is pretty straightforward in what we can expect to see gameplay-wise. I mean, when we first saw leaks of this weapon, I was a bit curious because Ubisoft in particular took the LVOA-C two different ways in prior titles: fast-firing, full auto in The Division 1 and Ghost Recon Wildlands, but semi-automatic in The Division 2. So I was personally curious how they'd end up handling it within XDefiant. But thanks to the trailer that we got at Ubisoft Forward, that appears to be answered, as the first gameplay clip that we saw of that trailer actually featured the LVOA and it was full auto. So where this thing stands historically in Ubisoft titles is very comparable to the M4, but with the LVOA standing for low visibility operation applications, the real weapon was used predominantly in close quarter scenarios. So mix that with a comparable fire rate and perhaps comparable ranges of other Ubisoft applications of the weapon, and I think you're going to have a bit more of an SMG like M4 in terms of how this thing may turn out in the way that it plays. But either way, the LVOA, new rifle being added to the arsenal here, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a rifle main in just about any FPS game that I play, so excited to get my hands on another one here for this one. Then the L115, this one is a classic in just about every sense of the weapon. Doesn't matter the IP or the game, you've probably played with the L115 at some point if you've played any shooters in the past. Bolt action, high powered, it's a chef's kiss when it comes to sniper rifles, and while I don't snipe much in XDefiant, I might have to from here on out because it is truly one of my favorite weapons in the FPS space, like ever. So from the gameplay trailer at Ubisoft Forward, we can see it's a base mag of 5 rounds, looking a bit bulkier of an ADS and transition speed, which again, because it is a higher powered sniper rifle, that is in line with, again, historical context of plenty of games out there, but certainly powerful as it'll kill one shot to the chest and above, it looks like. So very, very much so looking forward to that one in particular. And the final weapon we actually have here as a part of the Season 1 offering itself is the sawed-off shotgun, which I'm expecting to be similar to the double barrel, maybe shortened range here, a little bit more damage. So like a sister shotgun to that weapon, where it's similar, but it offers different benefits in different areas of engagement. But still gonna have to deal with just those 2 rounds, and reloading probably gonna be a bit more of a pain here because you only have those 2 shots and you have to reload every time. So can't challenge too many gunfights perhaps, but that'll be something that is added with Season 1 as well. Now, assuming nothing changes, these should all be a part of the Battle Pass and earnable 100%. Nothing that you have to like pay to play or anything like that. No mechanics for that. These all appear to be a part of the free tiers as mentioned in the past. Just simply putting time into the game, playing, and you'll unlock all of these. Now, as for where they're located in the Battle Pass in terms of like what tier out of 90, that is something we don't know just yet, but they'll be in there, and again, in those free tiers. Now, that said, as for weaponry, some additional features coming in Season 1. It appears we'll have new season skins as well. The LVOA-C in particular had a really cool like chromatic red or ruby color and a design to it, and a skin shown off in the Ubisoft Forward trailer. That appears to be a ranked reward that we ended up seeing, being a part of the segment that detailed a bit about ranked. So might have to grind out some ranked to get some of those skins, but beyond that, we're also going to see introduced, or it seems like introduced with Season 1, weapon inspects. Now, this was mentioned after the Ubisoft Forward trailer that it was in the works with no time frame connected to it, but it was shown off in that Ubisoft Forward trailer. So by that account, it seems like we're going to end up seeing that as a part of the Season 1 update. That trailer showcasing a bit of that build coming in Season 1. So looks like that'll be a thing. And this is so trivial to have, but I'm honestly so excited for it. Mainly for one reason that probably many of you don't care about. Much to my surprise, a lot of the best performing thumbnails that I've had as a content creator over the last year, especially with XDefiant, has just been simply weapon screenshots, sometimes down to truly just a screenshot. The only thing that I really do is like edit out the HUD on that, but coming from having like 3D work done for character renders on thumbnails to just posting screenshots and inspect stuff, it's an insane fundamental difference, which having weapon inspects would make it so much easier in terms of grabbing good shots for thumbnails. That fills up the canvas space of a thumbnail a lot more. I think they're more appealing looking by comparison to just simple reloads. They're usually always centered on your screen instead of myself myself having to try and like enlarge a screenshot perfectly to where it's just having that weapon close enough to the center that it's the focal point, and you get what I'm saying. It's a lot of like nerdy content creator stuff, but I'm super excited for that stuff. And the final thing that I want to touch on here that looks to be coming with Season 1 in regards to weaponry is new Mastery Camos. Finally, we're looking at another set of camos to earn, because right now there's only 3 skins that are available to actually earn in-game. Again, those being at level 100, 150, and 200. Bronze, silver, and gold. Everything else is in the battle pass or in the shop, stuff that's kind of behind a paywall. And sure, you do have things like Twitch drops and everything, but like a lot of the cool looking skins, which realistically there's not a whole ton of skins to begin with right now, it's just the way that it is as an early in the life cycle game at the moment. But most of the skins that are available are behind the shop or the battle pass of some kind. So if all 3 of these leaked mastery camos do come, I'm very excited to grind some more stuff out, even though it is going to be quite a grind. As it stands right now, leaked thus far, they're a part of Season 1, but it is possible things change. Maybe we get 1, maybe we get 2, maybe we get none of them, but 1 was actually shown off in that Ubisoft Forward trailer, so I'm expecting at least 1 new Mastery camo to come along with that. So in Season 1, it looks like we'll have Titanium Violet at level 300, Titanium Azure at 350, and Titanium Prisma at level 400. So I'd be curious really to know what your take is on this particular bit of information, given that it's level bound once again. Because on one hand, especially with the new weapon adjustments to XP leveling and such, it's topical right now. Like, we're focused on rebalancing weapon XP distribution. This makes it a bit easier to rank up, but also it gives you a lot more to do than just completing 1 to 200. But at the same time, I'd also like it to be something where we get camos and mastery for weapons that aren't just exclusively tied to weapon levels. Like, I'm hoping that we don't get to a point where in Season 2 we have 3 new camos introduced for level 450, 500, and 550. Then Season 3, it's 600, 650, and 700, and so on. Eventually, and for me, ideally after these are introduced, I'd love to see some camos introduced for mastery of specific like weapon classifications with specific challenges. Headshots like back in the old school COD days would be pretty cool. I feel like that would fit in nicely with this type of vibe for a game, but something that just isn't time put in using a specific weapon. I think that if you do actually add a challenge aspect to it, it would be something that a lot of people would kind of chase that camo a little bit more, I think. I know that might sound weird from someone who likes to grind camos, because realistically, weapon level bound camos are the absolute easiest way to get them. They're the most approachable way to end up earning a camo. Just simply play, it doesn't matter what you do, but at the same time, if you add multiple levels of this all in the same manner of just leveling the gun, it becomes insanely monotonous, and I think you might start to lose a lot of those players that like to chase that sort of challenge. Now, Mark Rubin has mentioned they're aware of the interest in the sort of completionist mastery camo, but I don't know if that's gotten anywhere in any sort of confirmation since that was mentioned, and if they'd move forward with that in such a capacity as Season 1 or Season 2. That might be something that is a little later on down the line. I've talked with plenty of designers that work on this kind of stuff elsewhere in the game, and it's so many different crossing reference points that the margin of error is a lot larger than what you may anticipate than just say, hey, this is going to track this challenge to that challenge, make sure it's all connected, and then you unlock it. Like, the more challenges you end up getting, the more weapons you have to cross-reference. It becomes a jumbled mess. So that might not be something that we see anytime soon, but it'd be cool to see no less. But that is Season 1's weaponry and the subsidiary items that come along with it. Of course, the 3 weapons of the LVOA-C, the L115, the sawed-off shotgun, and some new features like skins, weapon inspects, and additional mastery camos. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the Season 1 weaponry and everything coming along with it? Looking forward to it, not so much. Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things XDefiant, especially as we gear up for Season 1 here upcoming. I'd love to have in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.